Hi, it's Walter Burns from Keller Williams City Life Realty and livingonthehudson.com for this week's Living on the Hudson weekly recap. Jumping the Hudson County Multiple Listing Service. In the past week, there have been 90 properties that have offers accepted on them. That means they've gone under contract. They have not closed yet. So 90 properties in the past week, offers accepted. Previous week was 104. So we are down a little bit from the prior week. These properties had an average list price of $835,000. Last week was $792. So the average price is up. Median was $725,000, a little higher than it was last week, which was $712. Average days on the market, 37 days, and 20 days was the median for this past week. And last week was 35 days average and 20 days median. So time in the market is about the same week over week. Taking a quick look at the list here, some properties that stood out to me in Hoboken at the Hoboken Grand, which is 610 Newark Street, Unit 8D. This is a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,320 square foot unit on the market 18 days, listed for $949, and it also came with parking for 1 car. Hoboken Grand was developed around 2002, 2003 by a Hoboken-based developer. It's located in the southwest corner of Hoboken. The building is mostly 2 bedrooms. There are a few 3-bedroom lines. And here you have a 3-bedroom in the building. It is the building is the elevator building. They have a shuttle to and from the path, on-site fitness center, and they have like a part-time concierge, I believe, or if they might have moved to virtual doorman, but there's someone to receive packages. And building's over 20 years old at this point. Steel and concrete construction, located not far from the Skyline, which is across the street from the building, and also 700 Grove in Jersey City is right across the street. So you're on the border of Jersey City and Hoboken, in Hoboken. And this is under contract. List price $949,000 at Hoboken Grand. 18 days on the market. Also in Hoboken, I saw this brownstone was on the market. I saw when it came on the market, it was very nicely renovated. 1229 Garden Street. List price was $3,950,000 on the market 2 days. It's a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 16 by 20 townhome. So you get the whole property, and this went under contract very quickly. So this is built probably 1880 to 1900 in that time frame. And this is what the old school original Hoboken properties in uptown area of Hoboken on 12th and Garden Street. And that has gone under contract. List price $3,950,000 on the market for 2 days. Also in Hoboken, this is interesting, a roof terrace, so a deeded roof terrace at Maxwell Place, at 1100 Maxwell Place, Maxwell Lane. On 1100 Maxwell Lane, there are deeded rooftop terraces that are on the top of the building. If you're a resident of Maxwell Place, you can purchase them. Only residents can purchase them in that association. And here one has gone on the market. It hasn't closed yet, but it was listed for $129,900. It was on the market for 6 days. So this is in 1100 Maxwell, and you get the private rooftop cabana area. I just had a customer purchase in this building, and they also have a rooftop terrace. So you get, like, I believe, a water line up there. I think there's a gas line too for grilling. And there's also a common area rooftop, which is not far from this deck, where there's barbecue areas, and there's also like a fire pit area, tables and chairs. So if you don't have a private rooftop that you own in the community, there is a common rooftop space that you could use. But here someone's buying a private deeded rooftop. The list price was $129,900 on the market 6 days. Be happy to report back on what that sold for once the sale closes. Let's see. Also, in downtown Jersey City, Yeah, 10 Provost Street, unit 1604. This is a Toll Brothers property near the Grove Street Pass Station. 10 Provost 1604. List price was $1,388,000 on the market for 43 days. 2-bed, 2-bath with parking for 1 car. So a 10 Provost built about 6 years ago by Toll Brothers. High-rise building, around 30 stories or so. Concierge building. They have a very high level of amenities. Multiple floors of amenities. They have a sky lounge on the top floor, as well as a lower level of floor where you have outdoor pool, fitness center, residence club, children's play area, business center area. So very high level of amenities, and not far from Grove Street Path. And it's right across the street from Toll Brothers' newest building, which is 151 Bay Street, which is similar to this. A little different design as far as the kitchen and bathrooms go, but similar style. And this is under contract at 10 Provost. List price $1,388,000. Let's see. Also in downtown Jersey City, over at Park and Shore, this is in the Newport section. Here you have 75 Park Lane South, unit 3006. List price was $975. On the market, 195 days. It's a 1-bed, 1-bath, 748 square foot unit. I believe this is from the developer. So this is one of their remaining units that they have left in the building that they've been selling off over the past 5-6 years or so. They did hold back several units, and they have some high floor units that are available, 2 bedrooms and 1 bedrooms. And here, this is a 1 bedroom on a high floor, south facing unit looking south into downtown Jersey City. This is the Goldman Sachs Tower and 99 Hudson Street. And this building located not far from Newport Path Station, which is a few blocks from this, right down the block here is Newport Path. As well as not far from Hoboken Path as well. You're kind of in between. So you could also take the walkway along the waterfront over to the Hoboken Path terminal as well. So here you have a 1 bedroom at Park and Shore. This is a concierge building, similar to 10 Provost, very high level of amenities. They have a sky lounge, barbecue area, outdoor roof area. They have an indoor pool, residence lounge. They also have a 24-hour concierge, library area, children's play area. So that's under contract, listed for $975 at Park and Shore. Moving a little further north on the Hudson. Oops, that's not it. Actually, I saw this one here. This is at Canco Lofts in Journal Square. So Journal Square section, a couple miles inland from the waterfront. You have the Canco Lofts, it's the former American Canning Company factory. If you drive west on the Pulaski Skyway, you pass it on the left side. It's multiple warehouses. There's some of the warehouses that have not been developed yet. So there's future development to come at some point. I don't know if it's going to be the same developer or a different developer. But here you have 50 Day Street, unit 435. A 2-bed, 2-bath loft, 1,300 square feet, on the market 45 days. List price was $729,000. And let's take a look at it. So former factory, you have the high ceilings, and you have the large oversized windows in this community as well. If you like industrial loft feel, this is one of the few loft buildings that are in the Jersey City market where it is in a former warehouse. There's a concierge. They have a fitness center, residence lounge. I believe parking is available to rent on site. And that was on the market 45 days at 50 Day Street, Canco Lofts, listed for $729,000. Moving a little further north on the Hudson, in Weehawken over at Riva Point, 600 Harbor Boulevard, unit 903. This is in the Lincoln Harbor section of Weehawken, right across the street from Whole Foods. This is the pier complex that's built on top of the Hudson River. This is a 1-bed, 1.5 bath, 873 square foot unit with parking for 1 car. The list price was $675. And this was a north-facing unit. So at Riva Point, most of the units either face north side or south side. There's a few that face directly east, looking directly toward New York City, but majority of the complex is either facing northeast or southeast. And this is a northeast unit looking north towards Midtown Manhattan. Riva Point, developed in the early 90s, built in several different phases. They finished the project around 2006 or so. Concierge building, 24-hour concierge. And right above the concierge here is the amenity area. So you have fitness center, indoor pool, yoga room as well. And it's a promenade complex, so you could, that's a common area over here. And all the way at on the end, the east side is actually technically a park with a lookout overlooking New York. The nice thing about this community is that all the units come with parking. So you have everyone gets parking for one car, and many of the units have fireplaces, wood burning. And it's very convenient to get to New York from here. The bus to New York City is right across the street. You have the ferry. The ferry stop is right next to the community in Lincoln Harbor over to Midtown Manhattan. And you're not far from the light rail. And if you want to drive into the city, the Lincoln Tunnel is a few blocks away. So very convenient to New York City from Riva Point. This is under contract, 1 bedroom, 1.5 bath, unit 903, list price $675, on the market 13 days. Also down up in West New York, Grandview number 2, 20 Ave, Port Imperial, unit 321, 3-bed, 2-bath. List price was $1,195,000, on the market 29 days. Also came with parking for one car. So the 3-bedroom at Grandview number 2, which is built by K. Ovnanian around 2006, 2005 timeframe. It's a courtyard building. There's a pool in the middle, 24-hour concierge. They have a residence lounge, and it looks like this unit looks directly through the courtyard towards Midtown Manhattan. Building is mostly 1, 2, and 3-bedroom layouts. And right next door, south of the complex, is Grandview number 1, which is 22 Avenue at Port Imperial. Very similar building, also built by K. Ovnanian. And K. Ovnanian also developed 9 on the Hudson, which is about a block from this building in the same community. This is all in the Port Imperial section of West New York. It's a subdivision where you have an Acme supermarket, Starbucks, restaurants. You're not far from the light rail as well as the ferry to New York, so very convenient to get to New York. And there's a lot of restaurants and shops there. You don't have to get in a car if you want to go shopping. But also you're not far from Lincoln Tunnel if you want to drive in the city. So also if you want to go north, George Washington Bridge is not that far. So if you're commuting via car or bus, you're kind of in the middle between the Lincoln Tunnel and the George Washington Bridge. So this is under contract, listed for $1,195,000 at Grandview 2, on the market 29 days. Couple things that sold in the past week. I've talked in the past about how a 3-bedroom or greater, 3 or 4-bedroom demand is pretty high in Hoboken. Here you have 320 Bloomfield Street, unit number 1. This was a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 2,107 square foot duplex with a yard. List price was $2,300,000. It sold for $2,520,000. 7 days in the market. It looks like it was a cash purchase. So this was on Bloomfield Street between 2nd and 3rd, and it went significantly over asking. Not far from Hoboken Path Station. This property did not come with parking. You're a few blocks from the municipal garages that Hoboken owns that they rent out, but there is no on-site parking. And this property sold for $2,520,000 on the market a week. Cash purchase at 320 Bloomfield Street, unit number 1. And this is on Bloomfield between 3rd and 4th, excuse me. So 320 Bloomfield. Over north side of Hoboken, Garden Street Lofts, 1425 Garden Street, unit 406. This is a former factory that was converted into condos around 2008. developed by Bijou Properties, a Hoboken-based developer. And here you have a 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,567 square foot unit. List price was $1,450,000. It sold over asking for $1,525,000 on the market for 5 days. Also came with parking for 1 car. It's a concierge building. I believe they use the butterfly system now, which is a virtual doorman system. The unit also had a terrace, and this faced south looking over Washington Street. So it's a bright unit, and it's sold over asking. Building has a common rooftop. It's a green building, a certified green building, so it met a lot of won a lot of awards at the time that it was built for green technology, energy conservation, etc. And parking is next door at the Park and Garden building. There's an automated garage where these owners have the right to park there, and also it's an elevator building as well. And that has sold for $1,525,000 at Garden Street Lofts, unit 406, 2-bed, 2-bath, 5 days on the market. I spoke previously about 10 Provost Street, a unit under contract. Here's one that's sold. So 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 710 square feet. This is 10 Provost Street, unit 1702. List price was $850,000. It sold for $820,000. Cash purchase, 9 days in the market. So here you have an example of a unit negotiating down in price. And this also came with parking for 1 car. And this was a 1 bedroom with a den. So this area here, this little alcove, can be used as a home office. It looks like they have it set up as a baby's room right now. But this is a 1 bedroom with a den. And this is the primary bedroom. And this is sold at 10 Provost Street, unit 1702, for $820,000. Couple other units here. Downtown Jersey City, Penthouse C at the Sugar House. This is 174 Washington Street, 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,320 square feet, top floor unit. It also had, I believe, 2 terraces that faced west. So this is a western-facing 2-bedroom. Came with parking for 1 car. It listed for $1,365,000 and it sold for full price, $1,365,000. This is the former sugar factory in the Paul's Hook section of downtown Jersey City. Developed into condominiums in the early 2000s, right around 2000, 2001. Only around 55 units or so in the association. It's a concierge building. They have an on-site fitness center, elevator building, as well as parking. And you're in the Paul's Hook neighborhood, not far from Exchange Place Path, not far from the ferry to New York. And this is another loft-style building, former factory in Jersey City. And here's the gym. And that has sold at the Sugar House for $1,365,000. Couple stats here for you. Link down below on YouTube. You will find the snapshot of the market over the past week. As far as inventory levels, how many units are available, what it was like last week, the absorption rates, the pace at which each area is selling, how many months of supply we have in each of the markets I'm covering here. When you're at less than 6 months of supply, you're moving towards the seller's market. When you're at greater than 6 months of supply, you're moving towards a buyer's market. So you can see most of the areas are in seller market territory. Some of them are entering buyer market territory, especially Guttenberg and Weehawken's almost there. And then year to date, people always ask me how many homes are selling. So here you have year to date properties that have sold in the various towns. These are closed properties. And at the end of this year, I'll do a year-over-year comparison. We can see how the market shaked out. But this updates every week. You can link this. You can download this down below on YouTube. These videos come out every Monday. No news articles over the past week. I've been looking, nothing new to report, but I'll be happy to report back when I see something. As I mentioned, these videos come out every Monday. If you have any questions about the Hudson County real estate market, you can reach out to me anytime at walter@livingonthehudson.com or at 347-448 3766. Feel free to comment, like, or subscribe down below. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.